Hey loves, welcome, welcome. We are so excited to have you here with us today for the Masterclass Conscious Wealth Collective Flow into Regenerative Health, Wealth, and Impact. Now, before we get started, we wanted to share a little bit about ourselves. And my name is Vivian Helica, and I've been an energy healer for many years, and our maternal grandmother was a hands-on healer. In fact, she, myself, and God helped heal my epilepsy. And over the past 20 plus years, I've learned and been certified in many healing modalities. Even most recently, I spent a month in November learning NSA neurosomatic attunement, a month in November in Mexico. And what drew me to this business was the conscious community and the 80% inner work. And of course, being a water baby, the water, which we're going to share about. And in 2016, I first heard of the concept of getting paid to be you. And I didn't know how or that was going to happen, but my soul said yes. And I just kept surrendering. And it's because of this business that became an actuality. So it's also because of this business that I'm more in tune with myself and standing in my power as a healer. I'm all about the magic, and I am the living water magic oracle, the encoded voice of the winged wolves and dragons. Now I'm going to pass you on to my sister, who's actually my biological sister, my best friend, and my business partner, Tanji Zenrika.
Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Yes, I am my sister's sister, Vivi's sister. And I am an unschooling mama. I'm also a quantum coach, and I'm very passionate about conscious parenting. My son is 16 years old, and as a coach, I was wearing all the hats, especially with being his homeschooling teacher. I was doing all the things. And I found myself completely exhausted wearing all the hats, trading time for money. And what actually drew me to this business was the automation. It was also the conscious community, like Myces was talking about, but it was also the automation that we have here. Being able to actually plug into a system that actually converts and works for you instead of you having to do all the work. So it was just a no brainer for me to actually tap into this business, to align with this business because of the systems that are in place. And so we're going to be sharing with you about this system a little bit later on. So what we're going to be covering is the high ticket solution. We're going to be talking about this high ticket offer that's actually been transforming so many people's lives, the profit for people and the planet. So it's all aligned with purpose and exponential growth. We're also going to be talking about marketing systems, like I was just talking about, being able to unlock the power of building a personal brand and actually leveraging social media for attraction marketing so that you attract your right community that authentically is drawn to you. Like V was talking about getting paid to be you. So, this is a freedom based business model that actually aligns with your lifestyle and your values. And we also going to be talking about leverage income strategies. We're going to learn how to build sustainable, scalable leverage income that can actually give you more choice, can give you more freedom in your lives.
All right. So, did you know this is concerning that the average person ingests about 5 grams of plastic per week? And that's roughly the size of a credit card. This size. This much plastic that we digest every week. And chlorine, which is a common water additive, creates harmful byproducts called, I'm not going to even pronounce that, THMs. And studies show that long-term exposure to this can lead to various health issues. So, skin irritation, increased risk of liver, kidney, and central nervous system damage. And, according to 90% of the studies, 90% of the global population is now exposed to levels of EMFs because of our computer, because of our cell phones. We didn't have this. Yes, I'm so grateful to have computers, so grateful to have cell phones, and yet the radiation that emits from it is so dangerous to our health. And because of this, over 25% of children have sleep related issues. because in the past, we as kids would go outside and play. Kids today are glued to their phone. And the average adult is exposed to over 700,000 different chemicals. Can you imagine? 700,000 from household products, foods, and pollution. There's so many chronic diseases out there affecting 6 out of every 10 adults in developed countries. Unlocking true hydration and health. The human body is over 70% water by volume, 99.9% molecular number, making hydration critical. And they say there's a book. Oh, there it is. You're not sick, you're thirsty. That's the thing is, every time someone may appear to be sick, they're really dehydrated. And also, they could be drinking, next page, they could be drinking water, but it's the type of water that they're drinking. They're still not getting hydrated. It's like poor quality water is what's going into their bodies. And so these are the different waters that are available to us. All of them is dead water. Like spring water used to be pure, and nowadays, because of all the chemicals that come through, it's like there's danger. There's like all the plastics and the trash that's being put in the oceans. You don't think that affects that? Our springs, our oceans, our rivers? And then the rainwater isn't even as pure and natural as it seems. It's acidic and carry pollutants. Filtered water, yes, can be a partial solution, but common home filters remove some of the contaminants but also leave behind harmful substances like heavy metals or THMs. And filters also don't restore the beneficial minerals, leaving water less than ideal for optimal health. Bottled water, you don't know how long it's been sitting there in a warehouse, leaching the chemicals into the water. And to get smart water, to get alkaline water, they add chemicals. So you're not really getting good water for you. Distilled water is stripped of all the essential minerals. And reverse osmosis removes impurities, strip the beneficial minerals, leaving the water slightly acidic and lacking taste. Yes, it's really good to hydrate, and look at what we're hydrating with. So Kangen water, this is what we're so excited about, because of this machine, we are actually having conscious living water delivered straight into our cells. So Kangen is Japanese for return to origin. And the K8 water ionizer transforms ordinary tap water into molecular hydrogen-rich, electrolyzed reduced water. And it has powerful antioxidant properties, and it helps neutralize free radicals, reducing inflammation, and supporting the nervous system function, promoting detoxification and anti-aging. 1.5 liters provide the antioxidant value of hundreds of fruits and vegetables. Let that sink in, of how beneficial this water, this clean living water, is for you. And it creates a harmonious balance in the body's pH, combating acidosis and fostering long-term vitality and faster recovery. And it's not just for drinking. There's 7 levels for purity, for pH levels, to protect the inside and outside, creating a toxic-free sanctuary in your home. You can do more research on it for yourself if you go to PubMed and search electrolyzed reduced water.
This is where I come in, and this is where I'm really, really passionate about, is about this Kangen machine, because it not only replaces your drinking water, not only is it the highest quality drinking water, but it also, like V was talking about, it produces over 68 uses to actually green your whole home. anywhere from all-purpose cleaning with your bleach. Like there's one pH level that it produces 2.5, and it is the only machine out there, ionizer, that produces actual hypochlorous acid. And so what this does, like it actually is cleaner, it's actually more potent, more stronger than bleach, but it's non-toxic. And so I'm able to clean my toilets with it. I'm able to clean my counters with it. I actually have been able to use it for gargling. So whenever I feel like if I'm getting a little tickle in my throat and I just gargle with the 2.5, it actually eliminates it and I don't get sick. We can't make any medical claims about the water, and that's what V was talking about. But you can actually definitely can look up in Google Scholar or PubMed, like she was talking about. It removes like makeup remover. There's one pH level, 11.5, that actually removes pesticides from our fruits and vegetables. That's massive because even organic produce, they have a loophole. And so they can still have pesticides in it. It's amazing for deodorant, disinfectant, toothpaste. I don't even use toothpaste anymore. I'm very, very passionate for the past 17 years or so. I've been very passionate about sustainable living. And it's no longer just about saying, no to single use items. Please absolutely do still say no to them. And it's also finding positive solutions for environmental regeneration. So yes, say no to single use items, single like the plastic straws when you go to restaurants, and say no when you're at the grocery store with getting plastic bags. And also, I feel like it's not just enough to say no to those single use items, like finding solutions, just like permaculture, just like solar panels. Those are positive solutions for environmental regeneration. This, I truly feel, is the same. If you look at this picture, like all the plastic bottles that are in the oceans, there's actually, it's called the Ocean Gyre. It is as big as the state that I live in Texas. And it's heartbreaking to see all these plastic. And it's so you think that you're actually being conscious and recycling the plastic bottles. A majority of the plastic bottles don't even get recycled. Majority of them actually go into the landfills and the oceans. And so when we're thinking about wanting to reduce the plastic waste and also be more sustainable and also find solutions that are regenerative, this is what this masterclass is about: regenerative health, regenerative wealth, regenerative for the planet. So it's looking at all the different aspects that can actually support us and our children and their children's children for future generations to come. And this, what I love about the machine is it actually lasts over 25 years. So the K8, this is the K8. You're seeing in the picture here, and this is like the Rolls Royce of the ionizer machines. But it saves an average of over $2,000 per year for a family of four. Saves them so much money per year on having to get the cleaning supplies. You're not only eliminating all these toxic cleaning supplies, you're on makeup supplies and solutions and stuff like that, but you're also being able to eliminate the plastics, being able to not have to use the laundry soap with the plastic bottle. It makes me feel proud and grateful to align with a company that has this beautiful vision for sustainable living. And so I'm going to share all the different products. So I shared a little bit about the K8. And again, that's like the flagship ionizer. This produces the rich water that Vivi was talking about with 7 different pH levels. I mentioned the 2.5, the hypochlorous acid for disinfecting. We've got the beauty water for like your skin. It's amazing for our skin. It's amazing for watering plants, the drinking, and then also the degreasing with 11.5. Then we also have the Anespa. So the Anespa, this is the shower head. This is, think of like an in-home experience shower spa. And so this basically remineralizes all of your water. Because if you're thinking about it, if you're wanting to drink the highest quality of water, our skin is the most absorbent organ in our bodies. So if we're drinking the highest quality of water, it behooves us to also have the highest quality in showering and bathing. And so what this Anespit does, it actually remineralizes the water through an active charcoal ceramic filter. This removes the chlorine, this removes all the bacteria and all the chemicals so that it protects your family's skin. And then we also have the M Guard. So the M Guard, I'm really excited about this. This is actually what V was talking about, all the statistics that are heartbreaking, mind you, of what we are being, what we're bring our children and ourselves and our animals, our pets, what we're being succumbed to in the environment of the water, the air, the EMFs. We can't get around it. There's no getting around it. There's no avoiding EMFs, right? That's a high frequency electromagnetic noise radiation in our what we're doing right now. Like we're doing a master class, we're using a computer, we're using a phone, our children are using their phones 24/7, right? So all of us, there's no way around it. And so the M Guard actually harmonizes the EMFs around us, and it's actually very light, so you can actually travel with it. And then we have the Ukan. The Ukan is a chemical free, it's wild turmeric. And so we actually went last year, we went to Okinawa to Enagic's warehouse, where their factory and the gardens and the farms where they actually grow this amazing organic turmeric. And it's antioxidant, it's antibacterial, it's anti-inflammatory properties. You could get it either in tea, soap, or capsule form. And so what I just want to share here with these products right here, what Enagic has been able to create, what Mr. Oshiro, the founder of Enagic, has been able to create, is it's a thoughtfully holistic ecosystem. It deeply honors both our health and the well-being of the planet. Their technology and their products are a fusion of nature and technology, so that it offers a path towards healing, towards sustainability, that is actually being able to also create legacy wellness for generations to come. And not only in our health and wellness and the planet, but also for our financial stability as well, which V is going to be talking about in a little bit. So I'm going to be sharing some statistics with you. Did you know? Now let's just think about all these are statistics. These are actual facts. With in the last few years, the global inflation has risen sharply with food and wage growth. Approximately 63% of people report living paycheck to paycheck. That is the majority of people that are working. They are literally living paycheck to paycheck. They're unable to save. They're unable to invest in their future, which means they're having just to get by. It's basically in survival mode rather than being able to thrive and have more freedom and choice with what we have here, what we're going to be sharing about. Research indicates that 40% of jobs are now freelance or contract based. So this is offering little job security or benefits. So it's a stark contrast to the traditional job stability of previous generations. We used to think that we had stability. There's been people that have been working at their companies for 20 years and then get laid off. So nearly 45% of adults now report needing a second job or a side hustle to meet their basic needs or basic expenses. This is the new economic reality. They're having to hustle. And this is where I would like to shift our mindset. Like, we are basically ingrained to work hard, to hustle. Like, think of these words as we're sharing them with you, just how heavy it feels, how limiting it feels when you think of having to have a second job, having to have a side hustle just to get by. So consumer debt levels have reached a record highs, with the average household carrying over $90,000 in bad debt. And credit card interest rates are rising sharply in recent years. Financial stress is one of the leading causes of marital breakdown. I have to say that this happened to my son's dad and I when we were married. Like, the finances it was hard for us. It is up to 41% of divorces citing financial problems. That is a primary factor involved here. And so this is something that we have a solution for. When we're talking about positive solutions for environmental regeneration, it's also our environment within ourselves, right? Our inner environment. And if finances and scarcity and lack is playing a big role in our mindset, how can we be able to attract more abundance in our lives? And this is where V was talking about what we love about this community. It's 80% inner work, 20% strategy. And so it's all a lot to do with like the inner work that we can be able to move through. But these are statistics, these are facts of what's actually happening in the world right now. So we want to just share something with you regarding the income earnings. We want to let you know. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but what I do want to let you know is that we cannot guarantee anything for you. We can't guarantee, we don't want to represent or project that you will make a certain amount of money. People in this community, in this business model, absolutely have been able to make a lot of amazing money, a lot of like up to 6 to 7 figures, but we cannot claim it that you can earn it. It's all up to you, right? This would be your own business. So it's all up to how you create this for yourself, how you do the actual items to actually build a business model that can work for you versus you having to work for it as hard and hustle. All right. So leverage income versus linear income. I'd like to share a little bit of difference between the two. So leverage income, this is the idea that the time and effort you actually put into your business will actually give you exponential results in terms of earnings. So in other words, it's the leverage income, the work you put in once will generate recurring profits. That sounds pretty amazing, right? That is actually something that is a reality in this business model. Linear income, this is where you have income that's coming through, like living paycheck to paycheck, like I was talking about, where you have to pay the bills. But it's going to be hard to build the future you desire if this is your only source of income. So, in other words, once you stop working, your income also stops. Who here, if you didn't work, your income would stop, right? If I'm not working as a coach, my income stops, right? So this is where we get to show you another way with leveraged income. So this is the reason why we chose to partner with Enagic. This is a company that is built on integrity. When Vivi and I and our mom went to Japan, it was life transforming to actually be able to be in this, over 8,000 of us in this convention, to be able to see the culture of this community in Okinawa and to really see, like, I've never heard of a company that has a 500-year vision plan. Has anybody else heard of a company with a 500-year vision plan? So he is really thinking long term. He is really like his vision to support and be regenerative. Like we're talking about regenerative health, regenerative wealth for us and the planet, and the impact that we can make in our own lives and the lives of others and the planet's well-being as well. So pioneers in health and wellness, offering transformative products that I was just sharing with you that actually enhance the health, build generational wealth, and support environmental sustainability. It's rooted, like when we were in Okinawa, it's rooted in longevity. So historically known as the land of immortals, where people actually experience significantly lower rates of cancer, heart disease, and dementia. See what Mr. Oshiro, when there's in Okinawa, and there's actually 7 different areas in the world with the blue zone waters. And what they discovered with the blue zone waters is that people drinking this water were actually living longer, up to like 120 to 140 years old. And so what Mr. Oshiro wanted to do is, we don't get access to unless we go visit those places, the blue zones. He wanted to make it accessible to everyone globally. So Enagic is also OEM, which means original equipment manufacturer. So it means that each unit is built from the beginning to finish with one technician. So it's not like a bunch of different products, parts that are coming in from different areas, and it's all in one warehouse. It's all in one place. It's the only water ionizer to be medical grade. So it's medical grade certified in Japan. And so 2 out of 3 hospitals actually have this medical grade Kangen machine in their hospitals for the health and wellness, but also for sanitizing. And it carries the WQA Gold Standard certification. It is the top industry leader with annual revenues over 1 billion and 17% growth in 2020. When the world was closing down, when people were losing their jobs, when people were losing their businesses, Enagic grew 17% because everyone was looking for something that you can do online. And this is the beauty of this business model. It can be done online, which we're going to be sharing about in a little bit. And then the 8-point compensation plan. This is a very unique, it's patented, and Vivi's actually going to go into a little bit more detail in a little bit about this 8-point compensation plan. So when we're looking at something, when we're looking at a business model and a company to align with, like this just ticked off all the boxes for me with being able to align with a company that is here to support not only our health and wellness, but the planet and just our financial stability. Like he really thought of everything here for us.
So, as Cece was saying, yes, we have a unique patented 8-point system. And I'm really not going to go too deep into this because you'll learn more about it later. However, I just wanted to point out that we get we can earn 1 point of the pie all the way up to earning the whole pie. And that's not something many companies allow you to do. And what's also beautiful about this company is whoever brought you here today to watch, if you decide to join up with them and affiliate, you can actually surpass that person because of this 8-point system. That is remarkable to me. And you can go as fast or slow as you like. So before I share with you one strategy on the screen, I want to share with you about a traditional franchise investment. Did you know that the average annual income for a franchise owner is $107,000 per year? That's not a lot. Plus, they have overhead, employees, and risks to consider. Wearing, like my Cece was talking about, when as a coach, she was wearing all the hats in the business, definitely needed here. And upfront cost to purchase a franchise is anywhere from $125,000 to multi-millions. To buy a Taco Bell franchise is anywhere from $500,000 to $3 million. And this includes franchise fee, real estate, construction, equipment, inventory, and more. And they have to pay ongoing royalties, around 4% of their gross sales, and marketing fees. So while Taco Bell, yes, is a global recognition, the model heavily relies on high overhead, intensive management, and contributions to a fast food industry that doesn't align with sustainable health practices, which Cece and I are all about being sustainable and eating healthy. Do our best to purchase organic or grass-fed, even in restaurants if they have that available. So with us, it's a low investment and you start sustainable. It's home base. And you can start as low as $5,500. Yes, $5,500 as opposed to $500,000. So there's 4 different strategies you can start with. The lowest being $5,500. This is the one that would be most beneficial right out the gate. Is called the fast track, where you get 5 products. And what can you earn? Like C said, it's really up to us. We get to decide what we make. That's the difference here. You go to a job and they decide what you make. Even with the franchise, you're still dependent upon what you make is dependent on what your overhead, your employees. So you won't know there too. And so what the fast track is, you have the M-Guard. You start off with the M-Guard, you won't, and then of course you'd put the Anespa and the Yukon, and then you'd get 2 K8s. And the reason why for 2 K8s is because one you have for your home, and the other one you get to loan out. You get to leverage for business to show people what to have, so they can have it firsthand in their home to experience it. And that's the business model of the fast track. And yes, immediate cash back for coming on board with this is $16.39. That's another beauty about this business. Not many businesses allow you to earn on what you purchase for yourself. I don't know any other business that allows you to earn what you purchase for yourself. And yes, there's sales. However, I want you to reframe and think about it this way. Don't let the word sales throw you off, because all sales is service. And you're sharing about something you're passionate about. It's just like sharing how great this restaurant is, but you're not getting paid for it, but you're sharing about it. Here, you get to get paid for that. Again, in cash back for your first one. And within this business model, we're sharing how we feel this will transform our lives in so many ways, because it's definitely transformed our lives. So if your goal is to make $100,000 a year, you'd only need to make 15 sales. You'd only need to share 15 times about what you're passionate about. And here you can say 13 direct sales a month is $1 million a year. Let that sink in. Actually, let's breathe that in. Because sometimes our nervous system, even though this is what we desire, our nervous system doesn't allow for that. So allow us to breathe this in and look at what is possible that we can make. Earning all 8 points of the pie, $64.89. Let that sink in. So here, this is what sets us apart from every other company. Yes, there's those other reasons I just spoke about, but this is what many people are so excited about: generational wealth. Because when you get to, see where it's circled here, when you get to that level, and it's possible, you receive $5,000 bonus a month. Yes, a month for life. That you get to will to your children. They get to will to their children and their children generationally. If you don't have children, to your loved ones, or to a charity, and they get to do this. Now, bonuses begin at 101 sales, 3,000, which isn't a lot, but once you learn that you get to where this is at 5,000 a month, and another thing that other businesses don't allow, you get to have multiple businesses. So our founders of our platform have several legs. So one's -4, that's 10,000 a month, and -5, that's 15,000 a month. So they have these two legs. So that's $25,000 a month for life. And that's not including the bonuses and the actual commissions you make on top of that. So think about what is possible here for you. And C said that she had mentioned, if you stop working, does the money still come in? So our dear soul sister Brooke was able to take a year off because she was going through a divorce and she needed that time to heal. She wasn't even at the level of earning that $5,000 a month, and yet she was able to still take a year off and receive income. And when she came back, because there's no D ranking here, when she came back, she actually ranked up to this level to receive that $5,000 a month. That is something not available anywhere else. So instant benefits. It's an instant cashback, 1639 if you do the fast track, as we mentioned, 100% tax write-off. There are no toxic chemicals, no microplastics. There are no sign-up fees. There's no, as I mentioned, no de-ranking. There's no inventory. You don't have to keep inventory in your home. There's no monthly quotas. You know, you have businesses that every month you start from zero and you have to have a monthly quota. There's no monthly quotas. And you have $1 million business for life. Again, 4-figure commissions on your first sale. You go with the fast track. Let that sink in.
All right. Thank you, V, for sharing all that. That is, these are powerful numbers that we're talking about. What she was just sharing with you, especially that generational wealth, for me, like for my son to be able to leave something for him and for his children's children, it again, that's like a no-brainer, and being able to have the automation. So this is the part that really excites me. This is the thing that I got totally completely excited about when I saw this business model and why it was a no-brainer. So what we teach you here, this is a collaborative economic blueprint. We have an educational system here aligned with leverage systems. You get to align with your purpose, whatever that purpose is. And even if you don't know what your purpose is, you get to learn about it. You get to discover what your passions and values are, if you don't already know what they are. You get to share your truth, leverage our systems, and that equals to scalable wealth and lasting legacy. So this is the piece where you're here probably because someone that you know shared some information, probably shared about their lifestyle, shared about their values, what's really important to them, and you saw something about it and attracted you to it. It drew you in by their story. And so you're here because of attraction marketing. And so you invite them into the vision. This is where we have the master classes. This is where you're at right now, the reason why you're here. We have webinars, master classes in place to introduce you to the business. So you don't have to know all the answers, right? And then you get to let the team close the sale. So this was the biggest part for me. As a coach, I was doing all the sales funnels. I was doing all the emails. I was marketing, I was promoting, I was doing all the sales calls. Being able to be a part of an automated system business model that has a sales team that closes all of your calls. We have an expert sales team that guides and enrolls and aligns women and men. It says women here, but it's also men. There's a lot of amazing men in this business as well. And being able to have them do the call for you. So again, you don't have to do all the things. You don't have to wear all the hats. And then you also have an amazing community that is the Freedom Era. This is where we have the master classes, we have courses, we have trainings by top experts in the industry of learning how to build a personal brand online. So you're not doing it alone. And so this is the beautiful piece that V was talking about in the beginning, is like this conscious community that we get to be supported in and have mentorship and the automated systems to support us in building this business model. And so this is where the worldwide community. So this is everyone here that you're seeing, majority of them we know. Like these are just not faces that we're like seeing and like, okay, I heard of them. No, everyone here we practically know. And there's hundreds, thousands, thousands of people in this community, in this business, and within the Freedom Era. And this has been completely transformative. Like as a coach, as an entrepreneur, I felt lonely. I was alone most of the time. But here we are not alone. We get to like lock arms together and rise together with our missions, with our visions, with our purpose, being able to support people with their health and their wellness, and being able to help them, empower them with their money sovereignty. This is what it is. It's regenerative health, wealth, and being able to impact those on a global scale. a lot of these people here live on all different sides of the world, ends of the world.
So
Oh,
remember how I spent a month in November learning a new healing modality in Mexico? It was with NSA, Neurosomatic Attunement. Well, it was downloaded to our soul brother here, Vuja Deus, call him Fu, who's the initiator of sacred gritting work and this modality. And here is a short testimonial on the community and the water by him.
What stands out to me about this business is that there are a lot of people right now that are seeking to build the new systems for humanity, ones that are more progressive, that tangibly create freedom, sustainability, financially, physically, and where we can actually build an ecosystem that actually is regenerative for ourselves, for our families, and for generations to come. And what I love about this particular model is when I walk into the community and I speak to the leaders and I actually connect in with them and I hear their stories of how their life is outside of the business, it's a real thing. It's a very real thing where truly everyone in that community is winning, where the style and the structure of the way that their business is created is actually set up so that you can actually get ahead and succeed. And many of us are aware of what the world is like and the systems that are crumbling as we speak, and what we're really seeking for right now in today's day and age, whether you're a parent, a mother, a father, or you're someone that is an entrepreneur looking for models that you can plug into that are sustainable, that can actually support you and build legacy for yourself, is having something that you know for a fact is grounded in a future template that allows every single person to win. So in my experience, the reason why I've stepped wholeheartedly in myself personally, when I saw the business model, I'm like, they've literally nailed this. I've spoken to so many really well-established entrepreneurs that are building the new systems, and I'm like, this one has been done in excellence. So for me, it's a bit of a no-brainer. Any person that's got any context as an entrepreneur that understands business, numbers, money, community, building side-by-side collaboration, for me, this is not even a question if it's the right model or a good model. And then to build upon that, the part that really drew me in originally was actually the community. Like being with like-minded people that actually truly care about service. For many years I've been facilitating inside of my organization, which is called Limitless Love. And we're known for facilitating leaders and supporting them to embody their vision and to create from a really authentic place, from a heart-centered place, and to truly create a more benevolent world. And the values of what I was already doing in the community that's alive right now was a beautiful crossover. Able to come in and feel like I belonged almost instantaneously, to meet new friends that the relationships can build and solidify so quickly, and the amount of opportunities, collaborations, co-creations and experiences that have birthed just from entering into the community has been wild. That's the only way I can put it. Like, it has been sincerely wild, and I feel like it's allowing my other business to spread its wings even further as well. So I feel completely enrolled in the most beautiful ways, and I really sincerely know that this is the kind of model / community that is actually here to stay. There are a lot of ideas out there. There's a lot of new crypto things. There's this thing and there's that thing, and it's compounding and it's that, and there's so many things, and they're great. But the challenge is many of them come, and then a year later they're gone. And there's this new hot thing, the new hot shit, and then it collapses, or the economy collapses and it collapses. This business got stronger as the economy's collapsed. And if you ask me, being a business person that cares about my family, longevity and legacy wealth, you don't be betting on things that you're not 100% able to stand behind.
I just love him.
Yes, so do I.
Yeah, that was powerful. I every single time I watch this, I'm just like, yes, exactly. He took the words out of my mouth.
Yep.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
about the regenerative.
And
So
that's what I love about what he was saying. There's uh like things come and go.
yeah.
Other businesses, they come and go, but this company has been around for 51 years. But yeah, so that's pretty powerful. So we actually have something within the 24 hours. So if this is something that you are like, wow, okay, what is next? If you are someone that's like ready to take action and you are feeling like a full-bodied yes, you can within the next 24 hours take aligned action by booking a call. Get to the contact the person that invited you here, and then ask them what the next step is by booking a call. By doing this within the next 24 hours, you actually receive, these are our mentors, the co-founders of the Freedom Era. This is Christy X. Ord, her husband Clint X. Morgan, and then this is Balazs Cardos, W. Cardos. And you're going to hear from these top leaders how they've been able to build their generational wealth. This is an invaluable opportunity to hear from them, to connect to a greater vision and your long-term possibilities. And when V was talking about that generational wealth, with one of them making $25,000 a month and just one bonus, like these are the ones that are leading the way. Balazs W. Cardos was the one that actually brought this online. So you get to hear from them a replay of how they were able to make 100K in 90 days.
I believe Balazs has 3 legs, and between Christy and Clint, they have 3 legs as well.
Wow. See, look at that. And I know that the numbers are like, what? Like, so it's just like, you get to learn more about this when you actually book a call and you actually go in. And that's where the beautiful sales team you get to go through this amazing discovery process to learn more about the business, to learn more about the compensation plan, to see if this is really aligned for you. And that's the thing. This is where, that's the next step, is to reach out to the person who invited you. You book your call with a digital business specialist, and then you get to launch your business. But here's the thing that I want to share. Like, you get to see if this is aligned for you. See if this is really for you. We're not in the convincing business. We're not here to try to convince you whatsoever. Like, this is something that to go and feel within you, like, is this a yes? And if it feels like an absolute yes, absolutely. And if you're still like on the fence, because maybe it's not a full body yes, and still being able to see what's here, because you don't know what you don't know. And there's a beautiful thing like from Veda Austin. She's an amazing, I love this woman. She actually is is a scientist, and she actually tracks the water, or the frequency of water. And I love what she said about water. Water is not the resource. It is the source. And if we are 70% water by volume and 99.99% water and the molecular level, we are the source. And Enagic is the source that'll allow us to tap into that regenerative health, regenerative wealth, and regenerative impact.
I want to add really quickly to the platform. Right now, to see if it aligns with you, it's $1 for a week. And then if it does, they'll charge you half the price that you get it for a month. So really, you have nothing to lose. And I want to leave you with this one question. Is the way that you're currently doing business sustainable? Will it continue to pay you? Like we said, will it continue to pay you? Or will it stop once you stop working? So on that note, we'd love to thank you. We want to honor your time and thank you for being here with us.
Thank you so much.
Again, reach out to the person that invited you here, and y'all have an amazing, magical morning, day, night, whatever time you see this. We love you.
Bye.